If you're a business owner who feels like everything depends on you, this episode is for you. We hustle all day, yet the moment we step away, things stall or break. Systemology, often introduced in Persian as the system hero by David Jennings, is a practical playbook to break that cycle. Build simple, living systems that free your time, reduce errors, and make growth predictable. In the next 10 minutes, you'll get the key ideas and a short action plan you can start this week. Welcome to Psy Green, Practical Psychology for Work and Life. Here's the core message. Systems create freedom, not rigidity. Many of us fear that systemizing kills creativity or dilutes quality. The opposite is true. When repeatable tasks run on clear standards, your and your team's mental bandwidth is freed for problem solving and innovation. The payoff is more time, fewer errors, and a more reliable customer experience. Key idea 1 is the systems mindset. Stop trying to be the hero who saves the day. Become the hero who builds systems so others can win the day. Instead of jumping into every fire, you solve root causes in the language of processes. If invoices keep going out wrong, don't rely on reminders. Create a 7-step checklist with 2 simple pre-send checks. With this lens, every recurring problem becomes a fixable unit, not a never-ending crisis. Key idea 2, map your critical client flow, the minimal path a customer takes from discovering you to receiving your core promise. Don't try to systemize everything at once. First, draw this flow on a single page. Attract, assess needs, propose, agree, deliver, collect feedback, and follow up. For a small counseling practice, that might look like intake call, screening questions, booking, first session structure, follow-up message with micro homework, and next appointment. Standardize this flow, and you'll eliminate most friction right away. Key idea 3, documentation must be light, fast, and usable. Perfectionism kills momentum. Start with minimum viable systems. A 10-minute screen recording of your best person doing the task, plus a handful of bullet points outlining the steps. Store it in a searchable, shared space with clear naming. Each time someone runs the task, they can add one practical note. Systems should be living documents, not dusty manuals. Key idea 4, the owner shouldn't own every system. Your role is to enable, not to execute. Assign a system owner for each process, the person closest to the work, who's motivated to improve it. Front desk lead owns intake. The bookkeeper owns reconciliation. Content lead owns publishing. Clear ownership raises accountability and frees you from the everything must go through me bottleneck. Key idea 5, integrate systems into the fabric of your organization. Hiring, onboarding, performance reviews, weekly meetings, tie them to systems. New hires learn through these short videos and checklists. Each week, review one critical system. Attach simple KPIs to each process. For scheduling, for instance, average response time, show-up rate, and post-cancellation follow-up. When you measure, you improve. Let's make it concrete. Imagine you run a small therapy practice with 3 clinicians and a receptionist. You're stuck, bouncing between phone calls, peer consults, and payment issues. By mapping your critical client flow and building just 5 minimum viable systems in a month, things change. A 3-minute intake script with 3 essential screening questions. A 1-page intake form with 3 treatment pathway options. A first session checklist including goal setting and a tiny homework. A reminder message template with set timing. And a Friday reconciliation checklist. The outcomes? Fewer no-shows, more consistent client communication, and 6 to 8 hours freed every week. The book also warns about common traps. Trap 1, the library of perfection. Trying to design flawless systems on day 1 means you never start. Trap 2, over-customizing. Systems should be clear enough to follow, but flexible enough to adapt without breaking. Trap 3, lack of team buy-in. If people don't see how systems make their lives easier, resistance is natural. Start with their pain points, save them time, and co-create. Trap 4, no measurement. Without simple metrics, systems fade into the background. Want to start this week? Here's a simple 7-day plan. Day 1, sketch your critical client flow on 1 page, 8 to 12 steps max. Day 2, pick 3 high-risk or high-frequency steps where errors or time sinks happen. Day 3, have your best person record a 10-minute walkthrough of each. Write 5 to 9 bullet steps. Day 4, ask someone else to run the task using only that video and bullets. Capture every confusion. Day 5, update the document. Finalize a short checklist and standardize file names and storage. Day 6, attach 3 simple KPIs to each system. Response time, error rate, and cycle time are great starters. Day 7, debrief in a 20-minute huddle. Celebrate wins. Choose the next system for next week. The big lesson: if you stop playing firefighter and start building systems, your business can grow without burning you out. Quality becomes repeatable, client journeys become predictable, and your team becomes more autonomous. Systems work for you, not the other way around. If you only do one thing this week, map your critical client flow and create a 10-minute video plus a short checklist for 1 step. That single move is the first lever toward more time, less stress, and better outcomes. If this helped, stick around with Cy Green. We're here to turn practical psychology into everyday wins at work and in life.